Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
We'll go back to action. As we get back to action, Peyton Holt goes back to pass. He's going to be sacked in the backfield by Luke Richardson, brings up second down, 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs. Holt throws a swing pass out to Leonard. He catches the ball, is going to be hit, gets away from the initial defender, will get up to about the 47-yard line, and had a chance to get him early. There's Bennett Windell. You don't see that a lot. He's able to escape him and get some extra yardage.
Yeah, he was. But the thing about it, Keith, as soon as he escaped, you had a number of Mavs just flying to the football, something that we didn't really see a lot of last year. Anytime Greenwood catches the ball, there's a lot of blue jerseys surrounding him, the receiver.
Southside go with 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 D-backs.
Trying to draw us off sides again, Keith.
Holton calls out the signals. We're down to 10 on the play clock. 1 back in the backfield. That's Wilkinson. Here's a snap. It's a quick slant pass going to be complete across the midfield. Gets away. We'll get inside Southside territory down to the 43-yard line. I believe that was Jace Presley. No, excuse me. It was Trayton Dawson on the catch. Will be 1st and 10 to Southside 43. So he's able to break a tackle. But that's a play, though, that when it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, you got to close.
Yeah, that was a corner on that far side, gave him a little bit too much room. It's kind of one of those things you never want to get burnt against this dangerous Greenwood team.
Holt looks to throw, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver, going to be incomplete. Great coverage over there by Jalen Coleman. They tried to get the ball to Peyton Carter. Coleman comes in at the last second, cuts him off, and almost has an INT.
Yeah, that was an excellent break on the ball by Coleman. And the thing that he did really well, he ran stride for stride, and then as soon as the ball came down, he timed it perfectly and jumped up and was able to break up the pass. And as you said, almost caught it himself.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. The ball spotted on the left hash on the Southside 43-yard line. Holt calls out signals, has 1 back in the backfield. That's Wilkinson, who now goes in motion. Here's a snap. He looks that way, throws an inside pass complete at the 41-yard line. There's a fumble on the play. The ball is on the ground, but Greenwood gets it back to their 47-yard line. There's the fumble maker. Boom goes the dynamite.
There you go. And that's another
Darren Davenport.
Double D, Darren Davenport making another big play. And Keith, that was another one we should have had. It was just the ball kind of bounced the wrong way. It was a huge play, but it was almost a turnover.
And we've got an injured Maverick over there, D.D. Smith, injured on the play. Jay Washington will check in for D.D. as Southside will have to take a timeout here due to, let's say they're going to take a timeout. And with that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Back to today's Mavericks game after this on Spirit 106.3.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skinned knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
3rd down and 19 for the Bulldogs at their own 48-yard line. Holt throws the pass. It's going to be a shovel pass. He fumbles the ball. Wilkinson fumbles it, and Southside had a chance to get that one. Bo couldn't do it. They're going to gain to the Southside 46.5-yard line, will force a punt. They tried to give us that one.
They did. It was a little trickeration dialed up by Coach Jones. They caught the ball on the slant, and then you had a man run up the sideline. He tried to pitch it to the man streaking up the sideline, and had it been a clean pitch, it may have been a big play, but once again, a fumble, and we're not able to get on it.
Punt the ball for Greenwood will be Jackson Stewart. Stands back at his own 40-yard line. Jalen Coleman will go back at about his 10-yard line for the Mavericks. Here's a snap to Stewart. Here's the kick. It's a low-line drive kick that Coleman will catch at the 15-yard line. He tries to go outside. Will be hemmed in. Will now go the other way. We'll cut it back to the inside, and we've got a late flag as he gets at the 30. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. Will be knocked out the 46-yard line. And don't know, guys.
I can't let that one go, Keith. I mean, we saw the play. They're going to call as a block in the back, which he hit him in the side, but that's not the thing. The guy was on the ground for about 5 seconds till he finally threw the flag. I don't know what convinced him finally to go ahead and pull the flag out of his pocket, but it was definitely thrown late.
Philip, what did you see down there?
There are 2 fouls on the play. I'm not sure which one they're going to call or if they're both the same call, but I believe one may be a block in the back and the other one just straight up hold.
Philip, D.D. Smith came off the field earlier. Any update on him? Looked like maybe a little bit dehydrated.
I believe you're correct, Keith. I've noticed that all they're really having to do over there is to work on some of the players, give them a little rub down. Earlier, 24, Savoy was sitting on the training table, but no action taken by the training staff.
Southside will start this drive on their own 8-yard line. Bo, that's a big penalty. Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 37-yard penalty on Southside when you go back to where the ball would have been. And, Bo, the only problem I have with the penalty, I'm not saying whether it is or not, but, you know, when he's a good 5 or 10 yards past the play, then you think about it, then you throw the flag.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, when it happened, it was one of those penalties that kind of looked worse than it actually was, and I think he thought about it a couple seconds and said, well, I guess I better go ahead and throw the flag.
Yeah, the officials have definitely been the stars against both teams tonight. Here's a handoff to Savoy. He crosses the 25, and that's Jay Washington, who will have a first down at the 19-yard line, and he was about a step away, Bo. Making the touchdown-saving play that time was Logan Workman.
Yeah, he was, and we saw Washington get some action toward the end of the game against Bentonville West, and this is a young sophomore who has got some quickness when he hits that hole.
Yeah, he's a converted quarterback, and he is very athletic. Again, it'll be 1st and 10 Southside at the 19-yard line. Gatewood takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball. Now it's going to be hemmed in and pulled down at the 19-yard line, and I'll tell you what, number 51, Morgan Hanna, getting a little aggressive out there.
Yeah, he is. He's the one that we saw pushing and shoving with Savoy earlier, and that's one of those things the coaches just have to be in the Mavs' ear, let them do all the talking. You do your talking between the whistles.
I'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 14 for the Mavs. As they look to the sideline to get the signals, Southside trails 7-6, 8:50 to go here in the first half. Been kind of a bogged down first half, Bo, for both teams, as both teams really have had to endure several penalties here early. Of course, that's got to be expected in a game like this. Both teams pretty excited as Southside moves that time. That will be the right guard for Southside raised up on the play, brings him back another 5 yards.
You're already in a hole, 2nd and 15. You're going to make it a little tougher on yourself. I know these Mavs have an explosive offense, but you don't want to put them to the test right here.
I always felt last year, especially, I think it was the Cabot game and maybe the Conway game, it was the Cabot game. It didn't seem to matter where Southside had the football. It could be 1st and 20, 1st and 5. It didn't matter. They could get the first down, could move the football. Hopefully it'll happen on this series.
Yeah, I mean, last year it was just a simple toss out to Tyree Solomon would be a 2nd and 20 was nothing for us.
Gatewood waits on the snap. Now man in motion. That's Bogner. Here's a snap to Gatewood. He wants to throw the football, throws the ball across the field. It's going to be complete on the catch-over. That's Colton McBride for Southside. Not much there as he has to go down low to get the ball at the 14-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd, and about 15 for Southside.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that throw and catch right there. I mean, it was a positive play, not much, but I wonder if Gatewood, I think, was looking downfield, and that was kind of his check down man, because you know you're not gonna get a first down with a throw like that, and where he caught it on the flats, it just kind of, that's not, you know, with 2nd and 15, not the guy you probably want to go to.
And now we've got another whistle on the play. See what this is going to be as the officials come up to confer again. Really slows the game down. I mean, yeah, I know you got to make a certain ones and everything, but also you've also got to have a certain tempo, and they're not getting that right now. Now they're going to line up and run. I don't know what that was. They stopped the game. It takes you out of your offensive rhythm right there. Makes no sense. Again, third down for Southside, 3rd and 15 as Gatewood takes a snap, looks to throw the football. Will throw the ball over the middle, going to be incomplete. Tried to get the ball to Tyree Solomon at the 35-yard line. Southside, we forced a punt here, and that was definitely a drive that you get the penalty, you get the sack. It really kind of killed it.
Yeah, really didn't have much chance on that. And you saw Tyrese and Jordan there kind of in the same area. Tyrese was coming across on the slant, and Jordan was running the seam route, and they kind of had some words with the D-backs there as they're coming off the field. It's getting pretty chippy out there, Keith.
Again, Adam Puckett checks in to kick away for Southside. Back deep will be Luke Leonard, stands at the Southside 45-yard line. Should be good field position for the Bulldogs. Here's a snap. Here's a kick. It's a low-line drive kick that drives Leonard way back across midfield. He's at his own 39. Is going to be hit and going to be tackled back at the 38-yard line. Great job by the special teams. Leading the charge is Jalen Coleman along with Bennett Windell. And let's give credit to Bo. The snapper on that play for Southside was Josh Waldrop. He gets down there to make the play, and a great punt by Adam Puckett.
Yeah, it was a great job by the punt coverage team all around. Where the receiver was set up, the ball just sailed over his head, and he had to run way back. You give him credit for making the catch and not just letting it bounce, but as soon as he caught that ball, he had nowhere to go.
Now, spotting back at the 42-yard line, not sure he got that far up, but nonetheless, that's where they'll start the drive as they want to throw the pass. Holt will tuck it in and run, gets across midfield. We'll get into Southside territory. We'll have a first down over there where they'll spot the ball at the Southside 47-yard line. Making the play for Southside is Travis Chafee, the senior defensive end. Makes the play for Southside. It'll be 1st and 10 for Greenwood at the Southside 47-yard line. You see right there the running ability of Peyton Holt.
Yeah, that's what he can do. That was a design run all the way.
Holt wants to throw the ball, punt fakes, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver at the 20-yard line, will be tackled at the 5-yard line. That is Trayton Dawson on the catch. We've got another flag on the play. I think it may be possibly a hold on Southside. Just a punt fake. He beats his man.
Yeah, and I think the cornerback for Southside kind of had a hold of him when he was running by, so they're going to probably get him for pass interference here, but it's not going to matter a whole lot. Because he was definitely beat on the play, and the Greenwood receiver did a good job to make the catch.
The 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. They'll spot the ball at the Southside 5-yard line. That was a 41-yard pass and catch for Greenwood. 1st and 10. Again, Greenwood leads 7-6, and we've got a hold on the play. I don't know. If the officials are going to make all these calls, they need to figure out what's going on. Let's get this game on.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion with each penalty called.
Do they ask Rick Jones if he wants to take the penalty, get a 10-yard gain instead of a 41-yard gain?
Yeah, I guess so.
Here's a handoff to Jones off the left side. He's going to be smothered and dropped at the 4-yard line. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line for Greenwood.
And good job by the Mav defensive line, not getting pushed back right there, not getting knocked off the ball. And we talked about it earlier. Last week against Northside, Greenwood was in their red zone 5 times and wasn't able to come away with a touchdown. So let's see if the Mavs can make a stand here.
They'll spread the field out. They'll have Wilkinson and Jones in the backfield along with Holt. As Holt calls out the signals, now man in motion. Actually, that's Leonard. Here's a keeper by Holt. Is going to get in the end zone, touchdown.
He's just going to kind of walk right in. Found a little hole right in the middle. Mavs weren't ready to cover that one. It didn't seem like they really got blown off the ball. It was more a little bit of a misdirection. The keeper on hold, but that's what we talked about earlier that you can do with a running quarterback. It just makes one more man you got to account for on defense.
You're exactly right. When they brought the man in motion, they kind of went with him, and then it just kind of spread things open for Greenwood. The extra point is up by Enos, and it's good. Greenwood leads 14-6. Be back with the Greenwood kickoff after this. This is the Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
If you need a car, it's good to know when they say stop, we say go. If you've been
been turned down by other car dealers, it's good to know that over 1 million people have gotten the green light at JD Byrider. We inspect and computer test each car, backed by our good-to-go warranty. You could get the green light. Apply today at gojdb.com.
JD Byrider.
It's the way to
Go.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
That was a 6-play, 58-yard drive for Greenwood, culminating with a 3-yard touchdown run by Peyton Holt. Big play of the drive, though, Bo, was a 41-yard pass from Peyton Holt to his receiver over there, Trayton Dawson.
And we said earlier they were going to spread the wealth to all of the different receivers. They've kind of been targeting Luke Leonard throughout the game, but they found a new one in Dawson.
Here's the kick. It's an onside kick, and Southside has it at the 45-yard line. And, Bo, I've got to question that one, too. That on the recovery for Southside, a good job there, but that was Eli Lyles on the recovery, the young sophomore. But it looked like to me the way that was set up, the man that was the blocking man that was supposed to clear out, he was actually offsides on the play.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, it was a good kick. It was a good onside by the kicker, but it seemed like the coverage team kind of didn't do their job. They're supposed to run down and knock the first man out of the way, and Southside honestly was not ready for that, I don't think. Eli Lyles just made a big play, happened to be in the right place at the right time, was able to scoop it up. But it's a break for Southside.
Southside will go with tight end this time. Cole Altus checks in the ball game for the Mavs. Here's a rollout by Gatewood, throws the ball incomplete over there, intended for Tyree Solomon. And, Bo, I'm not sure what's going on right now, but Southside really, Greenwood doing a good job getting penetration on the quarterback.
Yeah, they are. They kind of seem to have taken us out of our rhythm a little bit. This is not something that we've seen yet, and this offensive line has been done such a good job up to this point, especially last week against Bentonville West. But, you know, Gatewood, he's been hurried a little bit in this game.
Again, second down, Washington is your running back for Southside. Here's Gatewood. We'll hand the ball off to Washington. Will be hit and dropped at the 45-yard line. No gain on the play. Phillip, you got a report down there. Savoy's been out the last two series for the Mavs. Any word on what may be going on there?
I'm still efforting to get word on what's going on. However, he has been on the bench, and I believe it's going to be some issue with either hydration or cramps.
They're going to be third down, 3rd and 10 for the Mavs, and they need to answer here, trailing 14-6, 5:34 to go here before half. Gatewood will call out signals. They'll go trip set to the wide side of the field. Colt McBride sets up on the short side of the field. Here's the snap. Gatewood looks to throw, steps in the pocket, has all day to throw the ball, throws it complete. That's to McBride inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line, inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And what was impressive about that was the fact after he caught the football, he's able to gain another 10 yards.
Yeah, we've been calling for Colt McBride already a couple times this game, and we talked about the offensive line, and they did an excellent job protecting Gatewood on that play. Gatewood had plenty of time to throw and found McBride on the little drag route across the field.
Be 1st and 10 at the Greenwood 34-yard line. Greenwood wants to blitz here. Here's a handoff. That's Washington. He's at the 30-yard line, gets outside inside the 25, down about the 23-yard line. Will be another first down for Southside.
Keith, that gives you a lot of hope for the future when you see the young sophomore giving Savoy a rest right now. Still wondering what's going on with Savoy, but Washington picking up the slack.
They've got him listed at 5'10", and of course we're far away here, but he looks a lot bigger than 5'10".
Yeah, he's kind of a tall, skinny guy.
1st and 10 for Southside. The ball at the Greenwood 23-yard line. Gatewood looks to throw, throws the ball towards the end zone, tries to get to McBride. Touchdown, Southside!
Excellent job by Colt McBride. And that, Keith, that's what we were talking about last week against Bentonville West. We were thinking maybe they'd go with that fade route, and they kind of did that going to the corner. Perfect throw by Tay Gatewood, and McBride got just enough separation to go up and get the ball. And when he jumps up at the highest point, there's not a defensive back in the conference that's going to be able to jump with him.
Bo, we don't know a lot, but we recognized that last week that he's going to be a weapon in the red zone.
Yeah, anytime your receiver is a foot taller than the anybody in the secondary, that's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah, and Southside will go ahead and attempt the extra point. I'm glad to see McBride out there because he would be a quarterback for a lot of teams. Southside Southside loaded at quarterback this year as Robles will check in for the extra point attempt. Kel Sheets on the hold. Ball is down. Your kick is up. And your kick is good. We've got 5:03 to go here. The first half, Greenwood leads Southside 14-13. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
The action continues in a moment. This is Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 7-play, 55-yard drive for the Mavericks, culminating with a 23-yard touchdown pass from Tay Gatewood to Colton McBride. Southside will kick off to Greenwood, as Connor Robles will kick the ball off for the Mavs. Back deep, it looks like that's Max Victory along with Luke Leonard. Here's a kick. It's a line drive kick fielded by Victory at the 10. He's at the 15. At the 20-yard line. It's at the 30, 35, 36-yard line. That's where Greenwood will start this drive.
Yeah, and that was a good job by Max Vickery fielding that ball. He caught it really a dead sprint. It was coming straight at him. The kick was such a line drive and hit him right in the chest. And anytime you get those line drive kicks, it doesn't give your kick coverage team enough time to get down there and make a play. So Greenwood's going to have good field position to start this drive.
Well, he got a talking to on that last one that was kicked off. He let bounce and actually went in the end zone. Could have bounced back and been a lot of trouble for Greenwood. They'll start this drive on their own 37-yard line. Noticed on the last play they were bringing Ricardo Savoy back in the ball game. One back in the backfield, that's Wilkinson. Here's a keeper off the left side by Holton. He's going to be hit and dragged down. Great job over there. I believe that's Martez Gaston right at the line of scrimmage.
Sure was, Keith. And he just beat his man, drove him right back into the backfield. Holt tried to cut up inside, and Gaston just put a big paw out there and grabbed his jersey and pulled him down.
They'll bring up second down, and they'll give him a yard on the play, 2nd and 9, as Holt calls out the signals. Now man in motion, that's Wilkinson. Holt looks over the middle, throws the ball complete. That's Leonard inside Southside territory. We'll get down to the Southside 43-yard line where Bennett Windell, along with Mason Gregory, make the play for the Southside defense. And, Bo, they seem to be feasting off that, just an inside slant.
Yeah, they really do. And Jack Hannon, the young sophomore linebacker, had a chance to make that play. He jumped up and looked like the ball kind of went right through his hands, hit the receiver right in the middle of the field.
Be 1st and 10 the Southside 42-yard line for Greenwood. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to the running back. That was Holt on the keeper. We'll get down to the Southside 35-yard line. And Peyton Holt is a young man that, I get on the message board sometimes, and people are trying to say, well, I'm not sure this kid can throw a really good pass. But I'll tell you what, watching him tonight, I think this kid's got a chance to be a really good quarterback.
Yeah, he is. And he's got a strong arm, but he's got some nifty feet, too.
Here's a slant pass out complete across the 30, inside the 25, down to the Southside 20, down to the 19. And, Bo, one thing we're seeing tonight that we didn't see last week, a lot of missed tackles.
Yeah, we are, and it's kind of keeping Greenwood seems to be on rhythm now. They're mixing it up, pass and run. Most of the run game is going through their quarterback and keepers, but, you're seeing a lot of Mavs swarming the ball on some occasions, but you are seeing a couple of missed tackles.
Holt calls out signals. They'll go trip set to the wide side of the field. One receiver on the short side of the field with Wilkinson in the backfield. 8 seconds on the play clock. 3:21 on the game clock as Holt looks to the sideline, takes a snap, looks to his left, throws to his left, going to be complete inside the 10-yard line, gets away inside down to the 5-yard line.
And this is what you talked about earlier, Keith, this Rick Jones offense. I know they can score quickly, but they're doing exactly what they want to do, and that's just dinking and dunking. They're mixing it up, spreading the field, and just getting the Mavericks looking one way, and then they hit just a quick pass out to the flats. And so I think it maybe has the Mavs on their heels a little bit right now.
Yeah, and Trayton Dawson is who caught that ball. Well, the one thing I am noticing, too, for Southside is they're giving maybe a bit too much of a cushion out there. They're just going down 6, 7, 8 yards, turned around. We're good 8 or 9 yards off the ball.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times, and we kind of talked about that bend but don't break defense, and they're bending just a little bit too much.
And Greenwood's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside Mavericks football continues in a moment on Spirit 106.3.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, it'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs at the Southside 4-yard line. They lead Southside 14-13, 3:12 to go here in the second quarter.
Keith, I'm looking up at the scoreboard, and it looks like they may be having some weather down in Central Arkansas, seeing some games canceled and some games delayed.
The coach was talking about that. I think it looked like the storm actually went south of us and then maybe went up just a bit, worked its way up north into Little Rock. Here's a keeper off the corner. We'll get in the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah, Mavs never had a chance on that. Well blocked by the left side of the Greenwood offensive line, and Holt just kind of walked to the corner of the end zone. And we're just going to, we've got D-line they're not playing as good as they did. They're getting after the quarterback, it seems like, but they're not playing as good as they did last week. They've stopped Mark Jones, the talented running back for Greenwood, but it seems like Peyton Holt has kind of picked up the slack.
Well, Greenwood did a good job of keeping Southside on their heels, mixing their plays up, and, they'll hit a big play down the field with the passing game, and then they'll come back with the run, and that motion they're giving Holt's like a second running back there. As Enos attempts the extra point, your ball is down, your kick is up, your kick is good. We've got 3:09 to go here before half. Southside trails Greenwood 21-13. Be back with the Greenwood kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Back to today's Mavericks game after this on Spirit 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 7-play, 64-yard drive for the Bulldogs, culminating with a 3-yard touchdown run by Peyton Holt. He'll be kicking ball off to Southside. We've got 3:09 to go here before the half. Southside now trails 21-13. This is a point in the ball game where Southside down by 8. Greenwood gets the ball to start the second half. You've got to score here.
Yeah, you got to answer, and to the Mavs' credit, every time it seems like Greenwood scores, they've been able to come back with a score of their own, and did the same thing last week against Bentonville West, so need to do it again right here.
Enos kicks off. The ball will go into the end zone, be a touchback for Southside.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson with that onside kick last series.
Phillip, are you seeing anything down there that we might try to do different on the defensive end?
I think back to what you said is we're giving up just too much of the 5-10-yard variety of pass. Probably need to tighten it up a little bit. I believe we're trying to stay in a zone. They may have to switch to a man-to-man. As a side note on injury update, just talked to Coach Griffiths, our training staff here. He said for the moment Savoy is out of the game. He did not tell me whether he would come back or not.
Again, first and 10 for Southside would be a blow if he doesn't come back, as we've got a whistle now.
I don't see any laundry out there on the field. They're giving a signal to the Southside sideline. Well, I didn't see a flag thrown, but they're going to get us anyway.
There has to be at least there's been over 10 penalties in this ball game tonight. And it's been both ways. Both teams have been penalized quite a bit. Again, 1st and 15 now for Southside. They'll start this drive on their own 15-yard line. Here's a quick slant. There's Jordan Jackson. Got to catch that ball on the inside. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 15 for Southside.
He's wide open, Keith. It just went right through his arms, and that was one of those cases where he was trying to run before he caught the ball. The ball hit him right in stride, and he was already thinking big play.
You've got to ask this question, too. He had a really tough drop last week in the ball game in the second half. You saw that one right there. At some point, this kind of affect your psyche just a little bit.
It's kind of like a golf swing, isn't it? Once you start slicing it, you're going to slice every time.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 15 for the Mavs. They go trip set to the wide side of the field. Here's a handoff to Washington off the right side, cuts it inside the 20, gets a nice run out to about the 25-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs.
They had a little real estate over there before the Bulldogs were able to shut it down. You remember last week, Keith, after Jalen dropped that ball, we had a big run touchdown run, I think, by Savoy. Big play. I was thinking we might get something else this week. I said Jalen, I meant Jordan Jackson. I don't want to call out Jalen Coleman on the offensive side of the ball. Somebody get mad at me.
Well, he might be playing some receiver at some point. He was a playmaker last year, two touchdown interceptions for Southside. So, again, a big 3rd down for the Mavs. 3rd down, 3rd and 5. At their own 25-yard line, they go trip set to the left of Gatewood. Gatewood looks, he's being pressured, throws the ball incomplete, has no one open on the play. We'll bring up 4th down, and Southside will have to punt the ball.
Yeah, and there wasn't really a Maverick in the area where he threw the ball. I think maybe it was a comeback route over there on the sideline, and I think maybe Jordan Jackson got hung up with the defender over there. Or no, that was Tyrese. No, I'm wrong on both counts. That was Jay Washington over there. Who's that?
Well, I saw Jackson coming across the middle of the field, and give credit to the Greenwood defense, had really good coverage, and they're really working out of a man, which kind of surprises me a bit with the speed of Southside, but it's working so far tonight. As Adam Puckett will punt the ball away for Southside, it's a high punt, a fair catch called by Leonard at his own 38-yard line. That's where Greenwood will start this drive as they lead 21-13. And, Bo, this is a big drive right here. Southside, you can't give up points every 4 half.
No, you can't, especially with them getting the ball coming out of the half. You really need to step up big right here, force them into 3 and out, or maybe get a big turnover. You know, that was a drive that stalled 3 and out. Started out with a penalty, so it started out bad and just never able to get any momentum going.
Checking in the ball game for Southside, Jay Washington will do double duty tonight as he's going to take D.D. Smith's spot on the corner, on the right side corner for Southside. As Greenwood comes up with 2 backs in the backfield, Holt throws the ball over the middle, has a wide open receiver at the 45, at the 35, at the 20, will be tackled at the 29-yard line. That is Luke Leonard on the catch. And, Bo, that's just too easy. No coverage whatsoever.
Yeah, just the middle of the field opened up. I don't know if they bit so hard on the fake, the linebackers just came up. They threw it right over the top of our head.
The 1st and 10th, the Southside 29-yard line as Holt calls out signals. As Wilkinson in the backfield gives the ball off to Wilkinson off the left side. He's going to be hit and dropped by Davenport at the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. And again, Bo, you've got to get a stop here. But the thing is, right now at the 28-yard line, they're in field goal range.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be hard to keep any points off the board. And good play by Darren Davenport. That's what he does best. It's hard to run east and west against that kid.
Holt calls out signals, takes a snap, wants to throw, looks down the field, has an open receiver again, playing cushion off. He's going to get the 1st down at the Southside 16-yard line. On the catch for Greenwood is Trayton Dawson. Bo, the bad thing is they're giving the cushion. You give the cushion, they get turned around, get positive yardage, and we're not making the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. If you're going to give the cushion, you got to make the tackle as soon as the pass is caught, and we're not doing that.
Holt keeps the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be complete at the 10-yard line. Will be a gain of 6 on the play. Again, the ball's completed to Dawson. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Down to 1 minute on the clock. Greenwood leads Southside 21-13. Holt takes a snap, hands the ball off inside to Wilkinson, breaks a tackle, touchdown Greenwood.
Wow, that's something you really haven't seen a lot of this year is people running on the Mavs and breaking tackles in the interior of that D line. The line and the linebackers, middle linebacker especially, have been so tough to run against in the middle of that defense. And just an effort play by Cole McDaniel put it into the end zone.
That's big right there. We did need to give them the ball back. 49 seconds to go here before half. Southside really now is in a position they've got to try to make something happen right before the half, as Enos will be in for the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Your kick is good. We've got 49 seconds to go here in the first half. Greenwood now leads Southside 28-13. Be back with the Bulldog kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
The action continues in a moment. This is Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Odom's Phoenix and Jenny Lind is where you'll find the big tent set up front, Galen.
That's right. We've got tents out here. We've got furniture out here. It's stacked everywhere. We got a heister. We got semis backed in. It's got to go, folks. We got dressers, mirrors, chests. And listen to this. We've never had such a large selection of reclining sofas and sectionals than we do right now.
Jim, you're selling lots of merchandise. Why?
Because it's cheap, cheap, cheap.
Come in today and see how much you can save at the River Valley's #1 liquidation center. Odom's, Phoenix, and Jenny Lind, the home of no credit check financing.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
That was a 5-play, 62-yard drive for the Bulldogs, culminating with a 10-yard touchdown run by Hunter Wilkinson. Grant Enos will check into kickoff again for the Bulldogs. And, Bo, you're definitely in a position. And this is a weapon. Enos, this young man has a leg. He's kicked everything into the end zone. This ball will be into the end zone, fortunately for Southside, as Washington goes over to catch it. And if he's out of the end zone, we start that drive on our 1-yard line.
Yeah, that was, I'm not sure what he was doing right there. I don't know if he was trying to catch it before it went into the end zone and then turn up and run and make something happen. But that could have been very bad for the Mavericks.
Southside will start this drive on their own 20-yard line. And, Bo, you've got 49 seconds to go here. Tough decision, down by 15. Greenwood's been scoring quick every time they get the football, so I don't know if you just kill the clock but you got to try to get some points here, knowing that Greenwood gets the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and you see Savoy back in the ball game now.
And we've got a timeout on the field, and with that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside Mavericks football continues in a moment on Spirit 106.3.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in September, not only are we having free sales tax, it's free delivery as well. Don't go to a chain store and pay $100 for delivery when it's free at Frank Rowe Furniture. Also, any purchases in September, you will be eligible to win a 100% Made in the USA Speed Queen washer to be given away September the 29th. We offer in-store no credit check financing or 12-month, zero down, zero interest WAC. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Tonight's Southside Maverick football game is brought to you in part by La Huerta Grill. La Huerta Grill serves the best Mexican food anywhere. Enjoy mouth-watering fajitas with all the fixins for just $7.99. La Huerta's Grill lunch specials are perfect if you're in a hurry. Only $3.99 for the Speedy Gonzales. Open Saturday through Thursday, 11 to 9, and Fridays, 11 to 10. La Huerta Grill, located on the corner of Old Greenwood Road and South Gary. A proud sponsor of Southside Maverick football.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, Ricardo Savoy will carry the ball for an 8-yard gain. Looks like Southside may just try to go in and regroup, Bo. And I really think you've got to try to do something here.
Well, I mean, they run Savoy up the middle. That's almost their best option, even for a big play.
Here's Savoy again. Will be hit at the 30-yard line. Going to be a face mask on the play. Will bring the ball up to about the 47-yard line.
Well, that's going to stop the clock, so that's a break for the Mavs.
Yeah, Savoy looked like going back there, and Philip, you might have noticed this. He looked like he had a little bit of a limp.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the injury is going to be. I do know that right now he looks like he is a little slower than before. Sure, it's nice to have him back in the backfield.
Yeah, he's slower. Ricardo Savoy is probably faster than 98% of the people on the field anyway, so it's good to have him back there exactly right. You get that extra burst in the hole. Hopefully we'll get some things going with him. Hopefully maybe get some rest here at halftime and get back in the ball game, as They're going to let the clock run down to 12 on the clock as here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood looks to throw the ball, throws the ball incomplete over there, and we've got 7.2 seconds to go here. Bo, they let a lot of time run off the clock on that.
Yeah, I don't know if they were trying to, like you say, just run it out, but then they drop back Gatewood as if they're going to try to throw it down the field. So it almost seems like they themselves weren't sure exactly what they were going to do.
I think they were a bit surprised that they started the clock after the penalty. Kind of caught them off guard just a bit. Again, 7.2 seconds to go here before the half as Southside will go two receivers either side of the field, and Greenwood will drop back about 15 yards as Gatewood wakes on the snap. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Throws the ball over the middle, going to be incomplete. The ball was a bit behind Tyrese Solomon, 2.6 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and that's a ball we've seen Tyrese Solomon catch. As you say, it was behind him, and we saw him make a magnificent catch last week of one ball that was thrown behind him. He was running across the field and just reached back with one hand and yanked it into his body, but not able to come up with that one.
What I have noticed out there, give credit to the defensive line for Greenwood. They're actually coming with a blitz from different spots on the field, getting pressure on Gatewood. Gatewood really looks like he's uncomfortable back there tonight, has not really got his feet set very often. Here's a handoff to Nossa keeper by Gatewood off the left side. Is going to be pulled out of bounds at the 49-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the first half with Southside trailing Greenwood 28-13. Be back with analysis of the first half plus the scoring summary after this. It's the Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Back to today's Mavericks game after this on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
When the time comes for your loved ones to get the care they need in an atmosphere they will appreciate, call Ashton Place Health and Rehabilitation. They strive every day to be the short and long-term care facility of your choice by aspiring to never forget the honor of caring for your loved ones. Ashton Place celebrates the grace and dignity of every individual. When you want the best for your loved ones, call Ashton Place Health and Rehabilitation, 452-8181. That's 452-8181, 452-8181.
Hey guys, does your honey-do list not sound very exciting? Well, you know what they say, it always helps to have the right tool for the job. So get that list and head over to AAAU Rent It and pick out the right tool to make that list go by like a breeze. They have drills, chainsaws, lifts, backhoes, floor prep equipment, concrete by the yard, propane, and pretty much anything you can imagine to help make that boring to-do list hey honey, it's a done list. And they have the staff to help pick the right tool just for you. AAAU Rent It, 646-4341. That's 646-4341.
Football season is here, and at Crabtree RV in Alma, that means model year-end closeout time. The 2019s have arrived, and the remaining 18s must go. Save up to $10,000 off the original list price on new travel trailers and fifth wheels, and with payments as low as $138, zero down, and dozens under $199 a month. You won't have to break your budget to tailgate with your favorite team or just enjoy the great outdoors. Model year-end closeout time only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true. See dealer for details.
If you need a car, it's good to know when they say stop, we say go. JT Byrider.
If you've been turned down by other car dealers, it's good to know that over 1 million people have gotten the green light at JD Byrider. We inspect and computer test each car, backed by our good-to-go warranty. You could get the green light. Apply today at GoJDB.com.
JT Byrider.
It's the way to
Go. I
think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
Mm-hmm. I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper.
Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in September, not only are we having free sales tax, it's free delivery as well. Don't go to a chain store and pay $100 for delivery when it's free at Frank Rowe Furniture. Also, any purchases in September, you will be eligible to win a 100% Made in the USA Speed Queen washer to be given away September the 29th. We offer in-store no credit check financing or 12-month, zero down, zero interest WAC. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
This is the Southside Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Welcome to Frank Rowe Furniture halftime report. Made in the USA, recliners, sofas, beds, tables, and chairs. Bo, it was a tough first half for the Mavs. It really started out well for them as the close first quarter, but it seemed like as the game went on, Greenwood, especially offensively, was able to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, they were. It just didn't seem like we were playing with the same intensity we were last week on defense. You know, last week just guys smothering up the ball carriers, flying to the football, and this week we've seen some missed tackles. We've seen some guys maybe make a few mistakes out there in the secondary that cost us, and they've, you know, especially through the air, Greenwood has been able to do what they want to do, already throwing for 221 yards on the day, so they're having some success against our secondary.
Yeah, big first half for Peyton Holt, running the football as well as passing the football. Greenwood pretty much did what they wanted to do defensively, Phillip, offensively in the first half as far as moving the football.
Yeah, they really did. I was impressed by their abilities to go to the places they were going and be wide open.
And, Bo, as you look at the first half defensively for Greenwood, they really were able to put Gatewood on his heels most of the first half.
Yeah, and I think that, honestly, Keith, stems from not establishing the run early. You know, we have had so much success running Savoy up the middle, and Greenwood, you know, they schemed to stop that right from the get-go, and I think that really kind of took us out of our offense, forced us into some passing situations when we really weren't comfortable passing. We didn't want to pass, and then they were able to just pin their ears back and get a solid rush on Gatewood. And you said it earlier, Keith, he just hasn't looked comfortable back there. He's missed some throws. He's been rushed. He's been hit. He's been knocked around, and just really hadn't found any rhythm back there in the pocket.
Yeah, give Greenwood credit. The defense has done really good getting pressure on Gatewood, but what they've also done, guys, is the fact that in the secondary we're seeing a lot of man coverage out there, yet we're not getting open.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that was kind of shocking to me whenever I was first watching it, was they were coming out with man. They keep using a cover 2 look, which they've got 2 safeties back, so that gives them the cushion to do that. But at the same time, they're still putting pressure on our quarterback.
Yeah, and that's the key. I mean, we're just we're not having a chance to take advantage when we do have some men open, and then a couple times we've dropped some passes too, so that hurts you as well. And just when you have stuff like that happen, combined with the penalties, it's hard to have any success at all on offense.
Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 28-13. Be back with the first half scoring summary after this. You're listening to Frank Rowe Furniture halftime report on Spirit 106.3.
The action continues in a moment. This is Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Anything you do can be the cherry berry. Grab a bowl, strike a pose, that's how it goes. So many flavors, where to begin? Soak it in, make a choice, choose again and again. Been to the topping bar, more like the no stopping bar. Endless combinations, I may need a shopping cart. Roll call!
At Cherry Berry, you have complete control. Swirl it, top it, weigh it, pay for it.
Do the Cherry Berry.
Cherry Berry at the Fort Smith Pavilion.
Caring for our elderly can be demanding on our time, our resources, and our families. And without the proper training and assistance, the stress can overtake us at a time when we need to be the strongest. When the time comes that you need help with the elderly in your life, consider the skilled nursing facility at Chapel Ridge Health and Rehab. Chapel Ridge specializes in long-term and hospice care services in a loving environment in the heart of Fort Smith. Chapel Ridge Health and Rehab, 4623 Rogers Avenue, 452-1541.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in September, not only are we having free sales tax, it's free delivery as well. Don't go to a chain store and pay $100 for delivery when it's free at Frank Rowe Furniture. Also, any purchases in September, you will be eligible to win a 100% Made in the USA Speed Queen washer to be given away September the 29th. We offer in-store no credit check financing or 12-month zero down, zero interest WAC. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Chafee Construction, proud supporter of Southside Maverick football.
Planning a home remodeling project? Trust the pros at Chafee Construction for a job well done. Travis Chafee's a lifelong resident of the River Valley. He and his crew can beautify your home with new siding and gutters, cabinetry, granite or quartz countertops, and anything else on your wish list. And they'll complete the project in a timely fashion. Chafee Construction, located near Ramsey Junior High on the point at 3701 Jenny Lind in Fort Smith. Call 479-434-5203. You can also like them on Facebook. Chafee Construction. One call does it all.
Chafee Construction. Go Travis. Go Landon.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
Caring for our elderly can be demanding on our time, our resources, and our families. And without the proper training and assistance, the stress can overtake us at a time when we need to be the strongest. When the time comes that you need help with the elderly in your life, consider the skilled nursing facility at Chapel Ridge Health and Rehab. Chapel Ridge specializes in long-term and hospice care services in a loving environment in the heart of Fort Smith. Chapel Ridge Health and Rehab, 4623 Rogers Avenue, 452-1541.
This month at Bill White Volkswagen in Fort Smith, we have the brand new 2019 Volkswagen Jetta S model on sale for only $16,995. The fully redesigned 2019 Volkswagen Jetta S with America's best 6-year, 72,000-mile limited bumper-to-bumper warranty for only $16,995. Come check out the best-looking cars and SUVs in the area with America's best bumper-to-bumper warranty, Bill White Volkswagen.
Calico County is serving great American food in an atmosphere full of American memories. Their hearty portions are served with your choice of over 20 side items. They also have half-pound burgers plus a great selection of soups, sandwiches, and fresh salads as well. And their homemade cinnamon rolls will melt in your mouth. Calico County is cooking breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Visit their website, calicocounty.net, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your catering needs. Roll on in to Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Back to the Frank Rowe Furniture halftime report. Remember, no credit check financing. Best seats in the house. As we look at the first half scoring summary tonight, again, Greenwood leads 28-13. As we look at the scoring summary, Greenwood starts the scoring. They go 5 plays, 54 yards, a 25-yard run off the left side by Hunter Wilkinson for the touchdown.
Yeah, you look at this first half, Keith, I think we're going to look back and say this was a half of missed opportunities for the Mavericks. It started out the game, both teams were kind of struggling, exchanged punts back and forth, and then on that particular drive, Peyton Hope put the ball on the ground, and we were just unable to come up with it, and then they come back and score.
Southside comes back and answers the Greenwood scoring drive as they go 10 plays, 80 yards. A 14-yard pass completion from Tay Gatewood to Ricardo Savoy. It was a great play by Savoy getting the end zone, breaking 3 or 4 different tackles to get the score for Southside.
Yeah, Southside was really mixing it up, pass and run. I think there were 4 passes and 4 runs on that drive, and it looked like Savoy was just going to pick up right where he left off last week. And, you know, something Coach has talked about, trying to get him the ball out of the backfield. He is a dangerous receiver when he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Greenwood comes back 2 series later. This time they go 6 plays, 58 yards, a 4-yard touchdown run by Peyton Holt. Big play of the drive, though, was a 41-yard pass completion from Holt to his receiver, Trayton Dawson.
Yeah, Keith, and that was we started getting into the penalty fest, started getting some guys jawing back and forth. During the drive before that, they called the 2 offsetting penalties, and it just seemed like the momentum was going in Greenwood's favor. They were kind of getting some momentum on offense. They were starting to mix it up, and they were starting to find their rhythm in the passing game.
Southside answers again as they go 55 yards after recovering in an onside kick by Greenwood. This time they go 55 yards in 7 plays, culminating with a 23-yard touchdown pass from Tay Gatewood to Colton McBride. McBride, 2 big catches on the drive. And that, guys, that was a play where, Philip, I would say that was a play where you got the size of McBride, they get that man coverage, and he gets open and makes a big play.
I keep waiting for it to happen because just watching him and the size differential, I believe he's about 6'4". Probably his opponent on the other side is about 5'10" or so. But one thing back to that was special teams. That wasn't the hands team in there on that onside kick. They weren't prepared for that. The Southside didn't panic, got on the ball, got down, and did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Greenwood gets the ball back, and they answer with a 7-play, 64-yard drive, culminating with another touchdown, 3-yard touchdown run by Peyton Holt. Bo, that was a play where they bring the back in motion. We go with the back. He goes against the grain, gets the touchdown.
Yeah, they really got us confused. And, that's a staple of a Rick Jones offense. He's always going to have a lot of moving pieces, some misdirection. They had the Mavs looking one way, came back the other way, but even when they scored, Keith, it felt like every time they've been able to score, we've been able to come back and answer. And unfortunately, on the next drive, that's when we started with the penalty and ended up going 3 and out.
Greenwood holds Southside 3 and out to get the ball back right before the half. And this was kind of a big part of the game, as within the last 3 minutes of the half, Greenwood gets 2 touchdowns. This time they get another touchdown on a 5-play, 62-yard drive, culminating with another touchdown run of 10 yards by Hunter Wilkinson.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like, Keith, we talked about with our strong run game maybe wearing down some of these Bulldog defenders, D linemen. It kind of felt like that was what was happening to us. They were mixing up run and pass, and we weren't getting any pressure on Holt. It seemed like we were on our heels the entire drive, and what makes it so bad, Keith, is they're going to come back and get the ball coming out of half.
Guys, I thought the key, too, in the first half was, as far as Southside offensively, they had some issues there, but I think when they lost Savoy there, really hurt them in the first half.
It most certainly did if you go back to the first couple of series with him hitting on all cylinders. And I'm interested to see how many cylinders he's got for the second half. Just by the fact that he had to sit out for 3 or 4 series. At one point, I don't think Coach Griffiths even thought he would be back the way he was talking to me.
That's a tough kid, though. He'll try to hopefully play some here in the second half. Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 28-13. Be back with the second half and thoughts from Coach Williams on the sideline here after this. With the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside Mavericks football continues in a moment on Spirit 106.3.
When the time comes for your loved ones to get the care they need in an atmosphere they will appreciate, call Ashton Place Health and Rehabilitation. They strive every day to be the short and long-term care facility of your choice by aspiring to never forget the honor of caring for your loved ones. Ashton Place celebrates the grace and dignity of every individual. When you want the best for your loved ones, call Ashton Place Health and Rehabilitation, 452-8181. That's 452-8181, 452-8181.
I'm at Odom's Phoenix and Jenny Lynn. More trucks are being unloaded today.
That's right, and this 10 here, it costs a lot of money each week, and we need to get it done, get it out of here.
Listen to this, folks. How many stores have you gone to where you see a heister setting out front to unload semis? We're the only one, and we're a closeout dealer all over this valley. And listen to this. You can get a twin-size mattress for $97. King size, $199. Dressers, $114. Folks, it's everywhere. Get on out here.
Odom's the home of no credit check financing. Phoenix and Jenny Lynn.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in September, not only are we having free sales tax, it's free delivery as well. Don't go to a chain store and pay $100 for delivery when it's free at Frank Rowe Furniture. Also, any purchases in September, you will be eligible to win a 100% made in the USA Speed Queen washer to be given away September the 29th. We offer in-store no credit check financing or 12-month zero down, zero interest WAC. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house. You're made in the USA headquarters.
Chafee Construction, proud supporter of Southside Maverick football.
Planning a home remodeling project? Trust the pros at Chafee Construction for a job well done. Travis Chafee's a lifelong resident of the River Valley. He and his crew can beautify your home with new siding and gutters, cabinetry, granite or quartz countertops, and anything else on your wish list. And they'll complete the project in a timely fashion. Chafee Construction, located near Ramsey Junior High on the Point at 3701 Jenny Lind in Fort Smith. Call 479-434-5203. You can also like them on Facebook. Chafee Construction. One call does it all.
Chafee Construction. Go Travis. Go Landon.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
Tonight's Southside Maverick football game is brought to you in part by La Huerta Grill. La Huerta Grill serves the best Mexican food anywhere. Enjoy mouth-watering fajitas with all the fixins for just $7.99. La Huerta's Grill lunch specials are perfect if you're in a hurry. Only $3.99 for the Speedy Gonzales. Open Saturday through Thursday, 11 to 9, and Fridays, 11 to 10. La Huerta Grill, located on the corner of Old Greenwood Road and South Gary. A proud sponsor of Southside Maverick football. Hey guys, does your honey-do list not sound very exciting? Well, you know what they say, it always helps to have the right tool for the job. So get that list and head over to AAAU Rent It and pick out the right tool to make that list go by like a breeze. They have drills, chainsaws, lifts, backhoes, floor prep equipment, concrete by the yard, propane, and pretty much anything you can imagine to help make that boring to-do list hey honey, it's a done list. And they have the staff to help pick the right tool just for you. AAAU Rent It, 646-4341. That's 646-4341.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 28-13 to the Greenwood Bulldogs, and I would suspect probably at halftime there's no paint on the wall by any means. So, and it looks like down there that Philip Peavyhouse has head coach Jeff Williams. Let's go down there and hear what his thoughts are on the first half.
Coach. Well, I don't know what football team that was. You know, we got really dumb penalties. You know, we can't start 1st and 15. You know, defensive gave up some stuff. We ran wrong routes. We did not. I'm very surprised that we did not play very well in the first half. We've got to come out here. We didn't. You know, we talked about all week to finish the last 4 minutes. Didn't do that very well. We've got to come out and get a stop right here and get going.
What about?
He had a little stomach problem, but he's fine. He should be able to go. You know, he wasn't throwing up, just sick to his stomach a little bit, and he should be all right.
All right, thank you, Coach. Well, it sounds like Coach wasn't real happy about the first half by any means. And, Philip, what we want to check down there is the mood of the team as they come out here for the second half. I think there's going to be a lot of business approach here to the second half as Southside tries to get back in the ball game.
Yeah, I think so, Keith. Certainly, Coach Williams has got a business mindset. How do you like the comment?
Having a little technical difficulties down there, breaking up just a bit. Bo, you look at the first half, obviously Coach Williams, you knew he wasn't going to be happy coming out for the second half with Southside being down like this. But this is what you want to see in the second half is how much this team has progressed. It'll tell a lot as to how this ball game ends as to where Southside is early in the season.
Yeah, you're right. I think we're going to see who this team is, especially these young sophomores on the defensive line and the linebackers. They played so good last week. They're going to be tested. They're going to be tested a lot this second half. So, you know, Sean Rogers, defensive tackle, Eli Lyles, the linebacker, sophomore linebacker who made that great play on the onside kick. These guys are going to have to, they're going to have to come to play. They're going to have to grow up really quick on the defensive side of the football.
Again, go ahead.
On the offensive side of the ball, Keith, one thing Coach said that I think you and I were kind of noticing and wondering about, but we didn't mention it, some of the wrong routes over a couple of times. Gatewood, it looked like he was looking for a receiver to be in a certain area, and he just wasn't there. And some of them we thought, you know, how did he miss that? Well, I think there was supposed to be a receiver there that just wasn't there because he was running the wrong route. And as Coach said, it looks like a totally different team that showed up in this first half.
Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 28-13. Be back with the second half kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Stand by for the second half of today's game. The Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3 was presented by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
When the time comes for your loved ones to get the care they need in an atmosphere they will appreciate, call Ashton Place Health and Rehabilitation. They strive every day to be the short and long-term care facility of your choice by aspiring to never forget the honor of caring for your loved ones. Ashton Place celebrates the grace and dignity of every individual. When you want the best for your loved ones, call Ashton Place Health and Rehabilitation, 452-8181. That's 452-8181, 452-8181.
If you need a car, it's good to know when they say stop, we say go. JT Byrider.
If you've been turned down by other car dealers, it's good to know that over 1 million people have gotten the green light at JD Byrider. We inspect and computer test each car, backed by our good-to-go warranty. You could get the green light. Apply today at gojdb.com.
JT Byrider.
It's the way to go.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Just about ready to start the second half. Southside trails 28-13. Greenwood will receive the second half kickoff. And, Philip, as you look down there on the sidelines, looks like Southside, not a lot of enthusiasm. Maybe it's more of a business-like approach.
I think you're exactly right, Keith. I think it's coming from the head coach. Coach Williams has got a mindset that we're going to play like the team we're supposed to be.
Again, Southside will kick off too. Greenwood back deep will be Luke Leonard along with Matt Vickery. Vickery, an interesting first half. Bo on 2 kickoffs, had a nice kickoff the second time. The first time let the ball bounce, it went in the end zone.
Yeah, and like you said, I think Coach Jones got in his ear and said, next time, son, you catch that ball, and he did it.
Yeah, because it was a line drive. It wasn't an easy play. He makes a good catch on the run, gets a nice gain on the kickoff of about 30 yards. Again, Connor Robles will kick off for Southside. But it's obvious from the comments of Coach Williams, Southside needs to get a stop on the first series.
Yeah, they do. This defense needs to come out and play tough and set the tone for the rest of this game.
Because really, you look at as bad as the first half ended for Southside, you're still really only 2 scores down as Robles kicks off. Here's a kick. It's going to be a deep kick that's going to drive Leonard back in the end zone for a touchback. Greenwood will start their opening possession of the second half on the 20-yard line.
Good kick. Sent the receiver back into the end zone. At least, give them a long field, put them in bad field position to start. See if we can get a 3-and-out right here.
This is what you call bad intentions. I think there was a lot of things that we talked about up here. I think you'll see Southside try to do just a bit different. They look like they were a bit confused in the passing game in the first half. Hopefully, he'll make some corrections here at halftime as Holt leads his team up to the line of scrimmage, has one back in the backfield. That's Wilkerson. Here's a snap. A quick slant pass going to be incomplete. Tried to get the ball to Leonard on the coverage for Southside is Parker Weehunt. The outside linebacker brings up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
I think you'll see them tighten up in the secondary, Keith. I don't know if they may not sell out and run bump and run coverage, but they're not going to give as much cushion. They're not going to be giving 5, 6, 7 yards cushion like they were in the first half.
Again, second down, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. One back in the backfield. That's Hunter Wilkinson with the quarterback, Peyton Holt. Holt takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball complete across the 30-yard line. And again, he had about a 7-yard cushion. Again, that was Trayton Dawson on the catch. And, Bo, I can say this, when you watch a play like that, when you play coverage defense like that, that's a simple pitch and catch.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's nothing complicated that needs to happen. If they're going to give us that much room, I mean, we're going to give them that much room to throw, they're going to make an easy throw and catch.
Here's a handoff to Wilkinson up the middle, going to be hit as he gets across the 35-yard line up to about the 39-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play brings up second down, 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Southside look like they're doing a lot more substituting, especially on their defensive line. That's one area where Southside really is relatively deep as they bring a new group in. Here's a snap to Holt. Holt hands the ball off to Wilkinson again. He's going to be hit and dropped after maybe a 2-yard gain. We'll bring up third down, and let's call it 3 for Greenwood at the 47-yard line.
And Wilkinson running tough in the middle of that Southside defense.
Holt looks over the defense. Southside again goes 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Wilkinson. Gets a knife block off the left side. Gets in Southside territory across the Southside 45-yard line down to the 42-yard line where Bennett Wandell makes the play for the Maverick defense.
Okay, they came out, started the drive with 2 passes, and then went back to 3 running plays in a row with Wilkinson up the gut.
Coach Williams really thought they might try to run the ball a lot more tonight than what they have, but they've really been doing a good job of mixing it up. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Mark Jones. Gets across the 40 down to the Southside 36-yard line.
Wilkinson and Jones are a couple of talented backs. I mean, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. And Mark Jones, especially that guy at 5'6", is so low to the ground. He's hard to see once he gets behind those big offensive linemen.
Be second down, 2nd and 3 for the Bulldogs. Ball spot the Southside 36-yard line. Opening drive of the second half for Greenwood. Here's a snap to Holt. Holt wants to throw the ball, going to be complete. And he's going to get the first down at the 31-yard line. That's Trayton Dawson on the catch. But, Bo, when the ball was in the air, there was blocking going on downfield. Could have definitely been a pick play there.
Yeah, it was. That was Hunter Wilkinson. Speaking of blocking our cornerback, basically blocked him all the way out of bounds as the throw was going out to the flats, so no one was there to make the play.
1st and 10 at the Southside 31-yard line. Holt calls signals, takes a snap, hands the ball off to Mark Jones. Is going to be hit on a nice defensive play right at the 30-yard line. I believe that was Gaston, Martez Gaston, making the play defensively for Southside defense. Will bring up second down, 2nd, and let's call it a long 9 at the Southside 30-yard line.
You see Gaston trotting off the field. There's been one bright spot on that defensive side of the ball. I think it's been Martez. He's having a pretty good game on that D-line.
Holt calls out signals, takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, has all time to throw, throws the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Southside closed good on that one. That was Jalen Coleman over there to knock the ball away, intended for Isaiah Ballou at about the 24-yard line. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Big play here for the Southside defense, trailing 28-13.
You see Luke Richardson checking back into the game, and you're right, Keith. They are subbing a lot on the defensive side of the football.
Southside will go Greenwood goes no backs in the backfield. As Holt takes a snap, he's going to be a quarterback draw, crosses the 25-yard line. We'll have a first down inside the 20 down to the Southside 18-yard line.
And that's just tough to account for right there. They emptied the backfield, thinking trying to get the Mavs guessing that they're going to pass the ball, and then Holt just tucks it and runs up the middle.
He 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line for Greenwood. Again, they'll have Mark Jones in the backfield along with Peyton Holt. Holt throws a swing pass out complete, and the receiver falls down. That was Leonard on the catch, and on the coverage for Southside is Landon Chafee. He'll gain 2 on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 8.
You know, Keith, I wonder if there may be something going around health-wise on this Maverick team. You heard Coach talking about Savoy being a little sick to his stomach, and we saw, not to gross anybody out, but we saw Didi empty his stomach earlier.
Payton wants to throw the football. Holt throws the ball incomplete. Throws the ball behind his intended receiver. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 8. Bo, this is another big play for the Southside defense. You know, at worst here, it's been a good opening drive here the second half for Greenwood. You got to force at least a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, you do. 3rd and long situation. Here's a chance. You know, if they score 3, that's definitely better than punching it in the end zone right here. At least you bow your back up and stop them right here. Limit some of the damage.
Greenwood goes trip set wide side of the field, one back in the backfield. That's Jones as Holt takes a snap, rolls to his right, looks down the field, still looks, throws the ball to the end zone, has an open receiver, goes incomplete. Good play over there by D.D. Smith to knock the ball away at the last second.
Yeah, it was. D.D. made a great adjustment. Looked like the receiver was open. D.D. kind of flew back to that back corner of the end zone and stuck his hand up and knocked the ball down right at the last second.
Grant Enos will check in to attempt a field goal. He was the Greenwood Player of the Week last week, had 3 field goals for the Bulldogs. And after watching him kick off, Bo, I think if they get inside the 30-yard line, he's in range.
Yeah, anywhere close to the red zone, he is going to be okay. That kid's got a leg.
Yeah, Jackson Stewart on the hold for the Bulldogs. This will be a 34-yard field goal attempt by Grant Enos. Here's your snap. Ball is down. Your kick is up. And your kick is good. 8:41 to go here in the third quarter. Greenwood now leads Southside 31-13. Be back with the Greenwood kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Back to today's Mavericks game after this on Spirit 106.3.
Cherry Berry self-serve frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
And do the Cherry Berry. Do the Cherry Berry. Do the Cherry
At Cherry Berry, you have complete control. Swirl it, top it, weigh it, pay for it.
Do the Cherry Berry.
Cherry Berry at the Fort Smith Pavilion. And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Good stand by the Maverick defense, forcing a field goal attempt for Greenwood. It's a 34-yard field goal by Grant Enos. Enos will kick off for Greenwood. Back deep for Southside will be Jay Washington along with Jalen Coleman.
Keith, I'm looking down at the sideline, and I just saw Savoy take his shoulder pads off.
The ball will go in the end zone. Southside will start this drive on their 20-yard line. Hey, Phillip, down on the sideline, we talk about small victories. That was a small victory for the Southside defense, forcing a field goal attempt.
It's certainly momentum that I don't know if we'll have to do without Savoy for the game, but I do know there's still a lot of talent on this Maverick football team, and I have complete confidence in the coach.
Southside will start this drive on their own 20-yard line as they'll go with Jay Washington in the backfield. Washington doing double duty tonight. He's actually been playing corner on defense in various series as Gatewood takes a snap, throws a swing pass out to Washington, gets across the 20-yard line, will be driven out of bounds, and going to be a flag as he's hit about 3 yards out of bounds.
Good play by Washington. Caught the ball on the run in the flats, and the Greenwood defense was stringing it out, and he just kept those feet moving. A lot of guys would try to turn it up there and maybe avoid a little contact, but he just kept on moving and was actually able to make a positive play out of bounds when they hit him for a personal foul.
So they'll put Southside up. The ball should be close to the 40-yard line. Let's see where the initial spot will be. Yeah, just right at the 40-yard line on the left hash mark. 1st and 10 for the Mavs, and it's definitely a situation where we talk about down 31-13. You're going to find out pretty much tonight if the Mavs have taken a step forward as compared to what they were doing last year. Gatewood calls out signals, waits on the snap. He's got Washington along with Bogner in the backfield. Now Washington goes in motion. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a keeper by Gatewood. Gatewood gets off the outside. He's at the 45 at midfield, and we've got another flag. 2 flags on the play as the referees are going to assert themselves here in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to get one of the offensive linemen for holding. And it's frustrating because, you know, you see the D lineman throwing his hands up like he's holding me, but the ball was on the other side of the field. Gatewood's running away from him. That's a tough call right there, Keith.
Yeah, it takes a nice run away from what Gatewood did, and just been too many penalties tonight for the Mavericks. You know, they get a good play, they get a penalty. So kind of really takes you out of your rhythm. Again, it'll be 1st and about 16 for the Mavs. They'll spot the ball back at the 34-yard line for Southside. Gatewood calls out signals, has one back in the backfield. That's Washington. Now man in motion. It's a high snap again as Gatewood takes it. Will throw the ball to Tyrese Solomon, and Solomon drops the football at the 32-yard line. Not sure he would have gained much on the play anyway, but that's been the offense tonight for Southside. You had the high snap. It threw them off the play, and then you had the drop pass.
Yeah, and it was kind of a, like you said, it was a high snap. It was a high ball out to Tyrese, and it didn't get there. You know, timing was off. It didn't get there when he normally expected it, when they normally practice it. And then he drops the ball. So, like you say, even if he would have caught the ball, he probably wouldn't have got much.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 16 for Southside. The ball will be spotted there on 34-yard line. Went back in the backfield now. Man in motion, that's Solomon. Here's going to be a handoff. Washington goes the wrong way, and he's hit in the backfield back at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a busted play from the get-go, and the Mavs are going the wrong direction, Keith.
They'll bring up third down, 3rd and 20 for Southside. They'll spot the ball right at the 30-yard line. Yeah, that was the young sophomore. Washington went the wrong way. Gatewood turns to his right. Washington's on his left. So
that's never a good sign.
And that's not a good feeling if you're Gatewood knowing that happens. So it'll be third down, 3rd and 20 for the Mavs. Again, they trail 31-13, 7:50 to go here in the third quarter as Gatewood calls out signals. 2 receivers either side of the field. Here's a snap. Gatewood steps up in the pocket, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver. It's caught. That is Altus on the catch. We'll get a first down that's Colton McBride on the catch. Crosses midfield at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 Mavs there.
And what a throw by Tay Gatewood. The thing you could say about Gatewood, he's an accurate passer down the field, but he never gets rattled. I mean, it's 3rd and 20. A lot of quarterbacks wouldn't be able to make that play, but he finds the open man and lets McBride do the rest.
1st and 10 Southside at the Greenwood 49-yard line. Here's a snap to Gatewood, hands the ball off to Washington. Will be hit in the backfield. Good defense over there by Greenwood's going to lose maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, it's just going to be, it's tough sledding in the interior of that Greenwood defensive line. They're selling out to stop that run.
Yeah, that was Sam Sandifer making the play. There's a lot of Sandifers that played football for Greenwood. I think they go back probably to the 80s all the way up. So I know Greenwood very fortunate to have the Sandifer family there. And, again, he'll lose 2 on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 12 for the Mavs. They go strong right this time with Bogner at fullback. Here's a snap to Gatewood. A quick slant pass complete to Tyrese Solomon at the 44-yard line. Again, Sandifer makes the play defensively. That's one thing, Bo, we haven't seen our big play receivers, Jordan Jackson and Tyrese Solomon, get in the open field.
No, we haven't. And, with those guys' speed, we talked about, this Greenwood defenders playing man-to-man, you would think that we would have seen these guys open a little bit more than we have, but credit the Greenwood secondary for good coverage.
3rd down, 3rd and 5 for Southside at the Greenwood 44-yard line. Gatewood waits on the snap. Takes a snap. Here's a keeper off the left side by Gatewood. It's inside the 45 down to about the 41-yard line. Needed to get to the 39, so he'll be about 2 yards short.
Yeah, and that was he didn't get the first down, but it was a positive play that could have been really a loss, and just Gatewood making guys miss in the backfield. And, kind of trying to confuse the Greenwood defense a little bit with the keeper, and they weren't confused at all.
Southside will have a different look here as they bring Darren Davenport in. They'll go with a double stack line with Davenport and Bogner. Looks like it's going to be a keeper by Gatewood, as here's a pitch play to Tyrese Solomon, cuts it inside the 35. He's at the 30. He's at the 25, at the 20, down to the 16-yard line. Bo, what made that play great was the fact they had him in the backfield. He gets away, makes a big play.
They had him about 5 to 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was, the Greenwood Bulldog defense read it perfectly. They were not full, but Tyrese just showed his quickness, made a man miss in the open field, and was able to come up with a big gain.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the 16-yard line as Southside looks to the sidelines to get the signals. 5:06 to go here in the third quarter. Southside trails 31-13. Again, Southside goes strong left with Bogner lining up off the left side as Gatewood waits on the snap. Here's the snap. It's a pitch again to Tyrese. He's going to get outside. He's at the 15-yard line. cuts it back in to about the 9-yard line. And Bo, he's doing it on his own. He's not. They're not being fooled on the play. They go with the pitch man, but it's all Tyrese Solomon.
It is. They're not being fooled at all. It was the exact same play run to the other side, and Greenwood had a man right in position, right where Tyrese was wanting to run, and Tyrese just made him miss. He's just too hard to tackle in the open field one-on-one.
Phillip, as you look at this drive for Southside, giving them a different look, going with Tyrese Solomon, run the football. A great catch early by Colton McBride.
Oh, yes, and isn't it nice to see just an old-fashioned reverse being played, just like you see from an old playbook?
Yeah, and
the last two plays was just opposite sides of the field, but same play.
And he does it, too, but he does it. I mean, it's a lot of individual run, too, by Tyrese to get the yardage on the plays. Again, we had a penalty on the play. Surprise, surprise on Greenwood.
Right.
Put the ball at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal for the Mavericks.
And here we see Big Darren Davenport checking back into the ball game. I love to see that, Keith.
Yeah, key block last week on the first touchdown against Bentonville West as Gatewood calls out signals. Here's the snap. Here's a keeper by Gatewood off the right side, cuts it back outside, has one man to beat at the 3-2-1, touchdown Southside.
What a nifty play by Tay Gatewood. They run the little reverse for Tyrese, run it to the left side, come back, run it to the right side. Then they fake it to the left side again with Tyrese. Gatewood pulls the ball, and he comes back around the right-hand side, makes a couple of guys miss, and dives into the end zone.
Very impressive drive, too. The fact they kind of went to the old playbook, 2 end-arounds with Tyrese Solomon, but some great individual effort at that time by Tay Gatewood.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, Keith, we've talked about the troubles they've had running it up the middle. And, you know, when your stud running back, Ricardo Savoy, goes out, it makes it a lot tougher. So they said, we got some other guys that can run. We'll just run it around the end.
Connor Oble's in to attempt the extra point with Kel Sheets on the hold for Southside. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. We've got 4:19 to go here in the third quarter. Southside now trails 31-20. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
The action continues in a moment. This is Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Hey guys, does your honey-do list not sound very exciting? Well, you know what they say, it always helps to have the right tool for the job. So get that list and head over to AAAU Rent It and pick out the right tool to make that list go by like a breeze. They have drills, chainsaws, lifts, backhoes, floor prep equipment, concrete by the yard, propane, and pretty much anything you can imagine to help make that boring to-do list hey honey, it's a done list. And they have the staff to help pick the right tool just for you. AAAU Rent It, 646-4341. That's 646-4341.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
A 10-play, 80-yard drive for Southside, culminating with a 5-yard touchdown run by Tay Gatewood. Key play of the drive, though, definitely had to be the 21-yard completion from Gatewood to Colt McBride on 3rd and 20 to get the first down. Here's a kickoff by Robles. It's going to be a deep kick, going to drive Vickery back into the end zone. Greenwood will start this drive on their 20-yard line. And, Phillip, what's the move down the sideline? Southside forces a field goal and then gets a touchdown.
You know, one of the sweetest smells that you'll ever smell in Southside football is the smell of gunpowder because the cannon's been firing in the second half.
I think he wants to hear a boom goes the dynamite.
That's right. He's calling for that boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Anytime you get Darren Davenport on the field, offense or defense, you're liable to get that.
1st and 10 for Greenwood. They'll start this drive on their own 20-yard line as Holt calls out signals, has Wilkinson in the backfield. Here's a snap. Wants to throw the ball. Now he's going to keep it up the middle. We'll get across the 20 up to about the 25. Boy, he's hit hard right there on the gang tackle by Southside. That's Martez Gaston leading the charge over there along with Sean Rogers making the play for the Southside defense.
Yeah, you're starting to see some Southside Mavs with a little renewed energy on that defensive side of the football. They're flying to the football now. I mean, but you still got to give the quarterback for Greenwood credit. He's keeping those legs moving for a 5-yard gain.
Well, you want to put a little pressure on them now. You got the score, cut in the lead a bit, so make Greenwood make some plays. Here's a snap to Holt. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle, complete to Leonard at the 30-yard line to the 35. He crosses the 40 at the 45. Will be hit, knocked down at the 48-yard line. And, Bo, it's just a simple pitch and catch is what it is. And actually, I think that was Sean Rogers down the field making the play from his defensive tackle position. What an athletic play. But you're giving too much of a cushion.
Yeah, I mean, they're just finding the holes. There's simple little curl routes, little hook routes, about 5, 6, 7 yards. They're setting up in the middle of the Southside defense, and Holt's finding them. We got to close. We got to shut that down. I mean, we're just giving them too much room. We need to make that adjustment.
We got an injured Mav on the play. I believe that's Jalen Coleman down. With that injury, we'll take a timeout. You're listening to Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside Mavericks football continues in a moment on Spirit 106.3.
Football season is here, and at Crabtree RV in Alma, that means model year-end closeout time. The 2019s have arrived, and the remaining 18s must go. Save up to $10,000 off the original list price on new travel trailers and fifth wheels, and with payments as low as $138, zero down, and dozens under $199 a month. You won't have to break your budget to tailgate with your favorite team or just enjoy the great outdoors. Model year-end closeout time only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true. See dealer for details.
Chafee Construction, proud supporter of Southside Maverick football.
Planning a home remodeling project? Trust the pros at Chafee Construction for a job well done. Travis Chafee's a lifelong resident of the River Valley. He and his crew can beautify your home with new siding and gutters, cabinetry, granite or quartz countertops, and anything else on your wish list. And they'll complete the project in a timely fashion. Chafee Construction, located near Ramsey Junior High on the Point at 3701 Jenny Lind in Fort Smith. Call 479-434-5203. You can also like them on Facebook. Chafee Construction. One call does it all.
Chafee Construction. Go Travis. Go Landon.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, Hunter Wilkinson moves to the line of scrimmage. Will be a 5-yard penalty on Greenwood. That was Jalen Coleman going down. It looks like with cramps, they've got him on the sideline just stretching him out. So hopefully he'll be back in the game. We've seen more Southside players go down tonight than normal.
Yeah, we have. We heard Philip talking earlier about it could be some hydration issues or something down there on the field, but nothing serious, thankfully, but just seems like a lot of cramps, a lot of maybe strange sicknesses.
Be 1st and 10 at the Greenwood 44-yard line. Excuse me, 1st and 15 for Greenwood as Holt calls out signals, takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, punt fakes, wants to go deep. Here comes the heat. He rolls to his right, wants to throw the ball, falls down back at his 32-yard line. Back there making the play for the Southside defense is big old number 91, Jeremiah Van Hook.
Yeah, Keith, and I want to give a lot of credit to your linebackers in your secondary. That was a coverage sack. He just had nowhere to go with the football, so Holt was kind of running for his life, and eventually the Mav defensive line was able to catch up to him.
Bo, I have to ask this. Holt's played a very good game tonight, but is that a little bit of an inexperience here early, not playing quarterback? That was a play where I'm thinking the whole time he's just going to try to throw it out of bounds, and he ends up slipping down. Probably would have been sacked anyway.
I don't know if it's inexperience, but it's definitely trying to do a little too much.
Holt wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle, going to be complete at the 40-yard line. He's at the 45-yard line, will be pulled down there on a nice tackle there for the Mavs. Trying to get the number who made the play for Southside. I think that was Eli Lyles, the sophomore linebacker, making the play.
It was. And Eli, you know, he's not a big kid. He's listed at 5'8", 155, but he's got some quickness, and he can close on the ball in a hurry.
Big third down for Southside. Would be third down, 3rd and 15 for Greenwood. Greenwood leads 31-20, 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Holt takes a snap, wants to throw the football. Here comes the heat. It's going to be a screen pass off the side to Wilkinson. He breaks a tackle at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Well, Keith, it was a good play, and they fooled the Mavs a little bit, but the corner on the opposite side of the field had a chance to stop him before he was able to make a first down, and he broke down and wrapped him up. It looked like he was going to make the stop, but then just shedded the tackle, and after he did that, it was nobody between him and the end zone.
I'll tell you what, Wilkinson's a sophomore, and this kid's a good running back.
Yeah, he is. He's tough to bring down.
And what makes it even tougher, that was third down, 3rd and 15. You actually had him in second at about 28 as Enos comes in to attempt the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. We've got 2:06 to go here in the third quarter. Greenwood now leads 38-20. Be back with the Bulldog kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Back to today's Mavericks game after this on Spirit 106.3.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in September, not only are we having free sales tax, it's free delivery as well. Don't go to a chain store and pay $100 for delivery when it's free at Frank Rowe Furniture. Also, any purchases in September, you will be eligible to win a 100% made in the USA Speed Queen washer to be given away September the 29th. We offer in-store no credit check financing or 12-month zero down, zero interest WAC. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house. Your made in the USA headquarters.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
It was a 6-play, 80-yard drive for the Greenwood Bulldogs, a 55-yard screen pass to Hunter Wilkinson. Wilkinson does it on his own as he breaks a tackle, then goes the distance for the touchdown. As Enos will kick off for Greenwood. And, Bo, that's a big play because we had them there, had them pinned back, and they get out of it. Here's a kickoff by Enos. Is going to go into the end zone. Southside will start at the 20-yard line. And that's another area, too, that we talked about last week. Give Greenwood credit. Grant Enos has left Southside with poor field position all night long.
Yeah, he hasn't not given us any opportunities whatsoever to get any kind of return game going, and it makes it difficult. But the Mavs are really going to have to come out in this offense and show what they're made of. They're going to have to show a little moxie right here, because if they don't do something big right here, going into the fourth quarter, this game could get out of hand. So once again, they're in a position that they need to respond.
Again, they'll start this drive on their own 20-yard line as Gatewood calls out signals. They go strong left this time as Gatewood takes a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. It's going to be hit in the backfield. Will fall forward maybe to the 20-yard line, and that's Morgan Hanna making the play defensively for Greenwood right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Mavs are committed to that inside handoff. They went right back to it on first down, but Greenwood, they're not going to give any ground on the interior of that D line.
Again, 1:41 to go here in the third quarter. Greenwood leads 38-20 as Southside, as you said, Bo, they've got to answer each time to try to get back in this ball game. They'll go trip set to the wide side of the field. That's to the left of Gatewood. Gatewood wants to throw the other way. Throws it to Washington. He's going to get to the 20. And, Bo, that is the difference right now tonight has been the fact that we throw a swing pass out. They make a nice play on it, make the tackle. They throw a swing pass out on us. They break a tackle. We go to the house.
That's right. We don't make the tackle. Yeah, and that's the difference. Washington made a good play out there. Looked like he was going to be able to do something with it, but just couldn't make a man miss. And, Greenwood's been able to do that, and we haven't.
Again, third and a little over. It'll be a long 10 for Southside as they'll go two receivers either side of the field, one back in the backfield. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Looks down the field, throws the ball. It's a corner pass complete to Colton McBride. Will be short of the first down. And, Bo, it's a situation right now. I think you got to go for it.
You're deep in your own territory here, but, I really can't disagree with you, Keith. This kind of momentum has definitely swung in the direction of the Bulldogs, and it feels like if we don't make something happen right here, this game may get away from us.
And they will go for it as they'll check Darren Davenport into the ball game for Southside. Southside will go two receivers split out wide side of the field. One receiver, that's Jackson, on the short side of the field. Now man in motion, that's Tyrese Solomon. And now Southside's going to get a penalty. Going to be an offsides on Greenwood, it looks like.
Looks like they were able to draw them off sides, get the first down the easy way. So good job by the Mav. Offensive line staying in their stance. That's hard to do sometimes when the quarterback gives that hard count and you're so used to firing off.
But also give credit, too, to Colton McBride. That was a nice catch on the sideline. They're doing a good job. Gatewood just putting the ball up there, letting McBride go in to get it. And that was a tough catch. That put him in position to be able to do that. Again, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line for Southside. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. He's at the 40, up to about the 43-yard line. That's Travis Cox making the play for the Greenwood defense. And, Bo, I see Washington, who's going to be a really good back. There's just a tad difference there. If that's Savoy, he may go all the way. Here's a quick slant pass out complete. That is Jordan Jackson, and Jackson works hard, may have a first down. Looks like he's got a first down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, he fell right there at the marker. And, you know, going back to Washington, you're right. This kid's going to be really good. And I don't think I think it's just a matter of getting some reps under his belt, knowing which way to cut, knowing how to keep those legs churning once you get hit. I mean, he's really quick in the hole, so he's going to be good. He's got to break some tackles.
He's so athletic, he plays both ways. I mean, that tells you a lot. Southside goes trip set this time as Gatewood falls down with the football. As looked like Mason Gregory was coming in for the final play, so they'll bring up second down, 2nd and 18 for Southside.
And we've talked about the high snaps over the course of 2 games now, and that one was it was a worm burner, Keith. It just kind of skimmed the ground on the way back to Gatewood.
Looks like Southside may let the clock run out. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, Southside trails 38-20. We'll be back with the 4th quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
The action continues in a moment. This is Southside Mavericks Football on Spirit 106.3.
Does this sound like you? Or maybe your inner biker sounds like...
No matter what motorcycle motor is music to your ears, Shelter Insurance has a policy that's music to your wallet.
Shelter insures your fun stuff. Motorcycles to riding mowers, ATVs to RVs, bikes to bass boats. If it rides, rolls, or floats, we can cover it. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Football season is here, and at Crabtree RV in Elma, that means model year and closeout time. The 2019s have arrived, and the remaining 18s must go. Save up to $10,000 off the original list price on new travel trailers and fifth wheels, and with payments as low as $138, zero down, and dozens under $199 a month. You won't have to break your budget to tailgate with your favorite team or just enjoy the great outdoors. Model year and closeout time only at Crabtree RV in Elma, where your family's dreams come true. See dealer for details.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Hey, Philip, down there on the sideline, I noticed that you had mentioned this earlier, Savoy doesn't have his pads on. Do you think they're just going to hold him out now, maybe more as a precautionary move?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, and then maybe he got sick again with Coach saying it's probably some stomach issues.
Okay, as we start the 3rd quarter, Gatewood takes a snap, throws the ball complete to Tyree Solomon. Will be hit at the 48-yard line, loses his helmet on the play as Aaron Owl makes the tackle for Greenwood.
It looks like Tyrese might be a little shaken up.
Yeah, Tyrese is down. Looks like he's holding his leg, and with that injury, we'll go ahead and take another timeout. You're Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside Mavericks Football continues in a moment on Spirit 106.3.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
Hog Wild Family Fun Center is your one-stop party shop with inflatables, mini golf, bumper cars, laser tag, bowling, and over 65 arcade games. Pizza, sandwiches, and more in the concession area. And didn't I tell you, it's huge. Plan your birthday party or just a night out with friends or family. Special packages with concession and gameplay for every price range. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Hog Wild Family Fun Center, 3000 South 70th, just off Rogers Avenue. It's Hog Wild!
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Hey, Philip, as we get back to action here, they've still got down the field as Tyree Solomon. Looks like maybe a cramp. Can you tell anything from where your vantage point is?
Yeah, the way Coach Griffiths is working on his injury, I'm going to say it's cramps. It is very humid down here still and sticky. Even though the temperature's not all that high, there's still a lot of humidity in the air.
He's up. He's kind of favoring, it looks like, his left leg a bit. So I was always told when you have stuff like that go on, guys, that maybe get a little pickle juice will take care of that, but I'm not sure I can stomach drinking pickle juice.
That's a grandma's home remedy right there.
Again, it'll be third down, third and about 5 for the Mavs. The ball will be spotted at the Southside 49-yard line.
It's a big third down coming up right here, Keith. We really need to stay on the field.
Well, yeah, you've got to stay on the field, and you've got to get some points out of this. You've got to keep putting pressure on Greenwood, hoping at some point that they'll make a mistake as Gatewood calls out signals. Southside goes stack, set to the right side. Now bring a man in motion. They want to throw the ball down the other way, and there's a lot of holding going on right there. No call as they tried to get the ball to Colton McBride, but he had the matchup he wanted over there. I believe that was number 26 over there for Greenwood, who is Trey Woods, 5'11". You had the matchup you wanted, but it looked like Woods was kind of hanging on.
Yeah, he was. You saw McBride trying to get his arms up to catch the ball, and he was kind of having to fight off Wood at the same time. He couldn't raise his arms. But like you say, no call.
Again, be fourth down at the 49-yard line, Southside. Obviously, 4-down territory. Probably the rest of the ball game down 38-20 as Gatewood calls out signals. Bogner goes in motion right to left. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Here's a pass over the middle, complete. That's number 3, Washington is at the 10. 5, touchdown Southside.
Huge play, and that is a staple for this Mav offense. The little wheel route on the far sideline. We've seen Savoy run it. Saw him run it a bunch last year. We saw it last week against Bentonville, and they just Savoy's not in the game, so they just plugged in number 3, and he ran it. He executed it to perfection.
And again, let's see what Southside's going to do. They've got the offense still on the field. Looks like Greenwood's going to line up, and Southside may go for 2 here down 38-26. No, now they'll check in Connor Robles. And I like this, Bo, and the fact you're down that 1 point on the missed extra point, but you don't have to try to get it up. If you go for 2 here, you don't make it, then you're back in a worse position. So I like going in and going to kick the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. We've got 11-14 to go here in the ball game. Southside now trails 38-27. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Back to today's Mavericks game after this on Spirit 106.3.
Caring for our elderly can be demanding on our time, our resources, and our families. And without the proper training and assistance, the stress can overtake us at a time when we need to be the strongest. When the time comes that you need help with the elderly in your life, consider the skilled nursing facility at Chapel Ridge Health and Rehab. Chapel Ridge specializes in long-term and hospice care services in a loving environment in the heart of Fort Smith. Chapel Ridge Health and Rehab, 4623 Rogers Avenue, 452-1541.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
It was a 6-play, 80-yard drive for the Mavs, culminating with a 51-yard touchdown pass from Tay Gatewood to Jay Washington. Offense doing their job. D needs to step up, Bo.
Yeah, defense has to have a stop. Probably going to have to stop them the rest of the way. Time is running short.
Robles will kick off. It's going to be a deep kick that's going to go into the end zone. And actually, it's tipped before it goes in the end zone by Vickery. Vickery picks it up. It's going to be hit at the 10-yard line and dropped at the 12.
Well, what a good job by the coverage team. And
yeah, that was Mason Gregory on the play for the Southside special teams.
Mr. Vickery has had a little trouble judging the ball this evening. He may lose his spot down there if he doesn't get it worked out.
Yeah, and we've got an injured Greenwood Bulldog on the play. And with that injury, we'll go ahead and take a timeout. You're listening to Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
The action continues in a moment. This is Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Calico County is serving great American food in an atmosphere full of American memories. Their hearty portions are served with your choice of over 20 side items. They also have half-pound burgers plus a great selection of soups, sandwiches, and fresh salads as well. And their homemade cinnamon rolls will melt in your mouth. Calico County is cooking breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Visit their website, calicocounty.net, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your catering needs. Roll on in to Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, Peyton Holt takes a snap and will gain 5 yards on first down. He's going to keep it again, this time off the left side. Will be hit and dropped right at the 20-yard line. As this will be a big defensive play, hopefully for Southside. Right here is making the play for the Mavs is Luke Richardson. Will bring up third down, 3rd and 3. And, Bo, this is what you've got to do right now. You've got to put pressure on Greenwood. If you can get a stop here, you can mount the pressure if the offense can keep answering.
Yeah, and I think they can, but defense really needs to get off the field.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Holt waits on the snap. Here's the snap. He looks to throw the ball, throws the ball, and it's going to be complete across the 25-yard line up to about the 27-yard line. On the catch for Greenwood is Lazaro Angel. It'll be a first down for Greenwood at their own 27-yard line.
And Keith, we've seen that play time and time again. It's just a little 5-yard, basically a stop route. He runs up the sideline and stops, turns around, the ball's right there. And for whatever reason, the Maverick secondary just haven't been able to adjust.
Holt waits on the snap, has one back in the backfield. He's going to keep the ball this time, but the quarterback draw is going to be hit and dropped after about a 5-yard gain up to about the 32-yard line. Getting off the bottom of the pile for Southside is Martez Gaston. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd, and let's see, they give him 5 yards on the play, 2nd down, 2nd and 5.
And Keith, I wouldn't be surprised if they come right back to Holt again.
They're trying that. Of the 4 plays they've run, he's run 3 of them on quarterback draws. So, yeah, it definitely seems like they want to do that. It's just a good safe play. Here's a handoff to the running back. That's Wilkinson. Wilkinson breaks a tackle. He's at midfield to 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. 15 will be run out of bounds. But Jalen Coleman inside the 10-yard line. Again, 2 or 3 missed tackles later. We've got a flag on the play. Let's see what this penalty is going to be.
Yeah, it was just one missed tackle after another. A lot of Mavs had an opportunity, but nobody can bring him down. And you mentioned earlier, this kid Wilkinson can really run the ball.
It's going to be a hold, I think, on Greenwood. It can't be on Southside because there were 2 missed tackles. So.
We didn't hold anybody.
We didn't do anything on that. So that'll bring this back, and that's a big play of the game right there because he's inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he is. And the way they've been running the ball with Holt, if they're in the 5-yard line, it's going to be hard to keep them out of the end zone. So,
yeah, this one was going to be spotted back from the 41, so it should come back probably around the 31-yard line. We'll bring it. We're not going to spot it at the 33-yard line. We'll make it pretty much a done deal.
No harm, no foul.
Maybe still 2nd and 5, but no harm, no foul. That's a big break maybe for the Mavs, hopefully. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for Greenwood as Holt calls signals, has Leonard in motion, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws the ball over the middle, complete, has a wide open receiver, and on the catch over there for Greenwood is Peyton Carter. And Bo, at some point they're just going to have to match up man and just go for it because they're just shredding us on this zone.
They are. It's just typical Rick Jones offense, dinking and dunking, finding the open holes in the coverage, taking advantage of it.
Yeah, Holt doing a great job of finding the hot receiver. Will keep the ball this time. Will be hit and pulled down. Good defensive play over there for Southside, and I believe that was Davenport making the play for Southside. You can tell when Davenport makes a play, that runner goes nowhere.
Exactly. When he makes the hit, the man goes down. He's not going to be any broken tackles when Davenport wraps up.
It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 9 for Greenwood. Again, this would be, if Southside wants any hope of winning down by 11 with 8 minutes to go, got to get a hold here as Holt takes a snap. He's going to keep the ball again up the middle, and he gets slowed down but gets away and just weaves his way through the pile down to about the Southside 42-yard line, and they've got another Maverick down on the play, and with that injury. Let's go ahead and take another injury timeout. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside Mavericks football continues in a moment on Spirit 106.3.
Chafee Construction, proud supporter of Southside Maverick football.
Planning a home remodeling project? Trust the pros at Chafee Construction for a job well done. Travis Chafee's a lifelong resident of the River Valley. He and his crew can beautify your home with new siding and gutters, cabinetry, granite or quartz countertops, and anything else on your wish list. And they'll complete the project in a timely fashion. Chafee Construction, located near Ramsey Junior High on the Point at 3701 Jenny Lind in Fort Smith. Call 479-434-5203. You can also like them on Facebook. Chafee Construction. One call does it all.
Chafee Construction. Go Travis. Go Landon.
Hal's Beef Jerky is the place you gotta go.
For over 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering their mouth-watering beef jerky with a variety of spices and flavors. Spend $20 at the store in Shady Point and get a free $5 bag. Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is also available online at halshomemadebeefjerky.com or just call Hal at 918-635-5759.
Hal's Beef Jerky is the place you gotta go.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky in Shady Point, Oklahoma.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Philip, as you look down there, can you get the number of the Southside player that's on the ground?
No, I can't get the number. I got a bad angle, but I believe it's going to be cramps again. Coach Griffiths is going through cramp protocol there.
It looks like it may be Landon Chafee that's down, the young sophomore linebacker for Southside. He's up now, walking off. So, yeah, I think it's definitely cramps. And now he'll look, see if he can find his helmet. Someone's got his helmet as they come off the field. So, again, third down and 1 for Greenwood. 7:57 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 38-27. And, Bo, you got to get a stop here.
Yeah, I mean, the big problem with this drive right now, Keith, is they're just eating time off the clock, and they're just chewing up that time, about to put it out of reach if we don't hurry up and make a stop quickly.
What's been frustrating, too, the last 5 possessions for Greenwood, they scored 3 touchdowns and kicked a field goal.
Yeah, it's hard to get back in a game if you're trailing at half when you can't get a stop at any point.
But I guess if you want to look for a bright spot on the other side, would definitely be the fact that Southside's offensively, even without Ricardo Savoy, has been able to answer here in the second half, scoring a couple of touchdowns themselves. Again, third and 1 as Holt takes a snap. He will give the ball off to Wilkinson. Wilkinson's going to be hit. Not going to have the first down as he will be hit at the 42-yard line. Will lose maybe half a yard on the play, bring up 4th down, and I'm assuming here it's 4-down territory.
Yeah, you'd think so, just to keep the clock running. You almost feel like if Greenwood could make this, they probably ice it. The Mavs really need to step up big right here. You've got a yard to gain. If they can keep them from making this yard, get a turnover on downs, and score quickly, we'll get right back in this.
Well, here's the frustrating thing. I'm watching this. They've run 20 seconds off the clock before they ever set the play clock.
Yep. Yeah, that's irritating because there was 7:23 on the game clock and then it ran it all the way down to 7 minutes before they start the play clock.
Again, 4th down, 1, and if Southside somehow can get some penetration. I sail out right here, guys, as Holt waits on the snap. Here's the snap. It's a handoff to Wilkinson. He will have the first down inside the 40 down the Southside 38-yard line.
The offensive line for Greenwood got just enough push, made just enough of a crease to get the yard they needed.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 38-yard line. 6:33 to go here. And give Greenwood credit. They started this drive probably about 4 minutes ago, so they've actually run the clock down. So,
yeah, they started on their own 13, and they've taken their time to get to this point.
And looks like Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one too. Listen to Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Back to today's Mavericks game after this on Spirit 106.3.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
Now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, it's a handoff to Hunter Wilkinson. He goes off the right side for maybe, we'll give him 3 yards on the play, brings up second and 6 for the Bulldogs at the Southside 34-yard line. And, Bo, you've got to get a stop here. At worst, if you could force a field goal, then you're back on 2 scores right there, but we're down to 5:48. Really good job by Greenwood to work on the clock. Holt calls out signals, has one back in the backfield, now looks to the sideline to get the signal, has Mark Jones in the backfield. They go trip set wide side of the field. Here's a snap. Holt looks that way, wants to throw, has all day to throw the ball, throws it complete at the 30-yard line. He gets inside the 20-yard line down to about the 23-yard line.
Well, Holt just had too much time to throw the football. He stood back there looking to his right, and finally came back to his third receiver on his left-hand side, who was once again given just way too much real estate to work with over there.
That was Trayton Dawson on the catch for Greenwood. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Southside 23-yard line. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff off the right side to Mark Jones. Cuts it inside. Will get down inside the Southside 15 down to the Southside 13-yard line.
I'll tell you what, there was a big hole on that right-hand side, Keith. You got to give credit to this Greenwood Bulldog offensive line. They're really pretty much imposing their will on the Mavs at this point.
Yeah, it's, you know, if you look at Southside tonight offensively, I think we had some issues, and we'll get to this after this play. It'll be they got second down, but I think it's 1st and 10 for Greenwood at the Southside 12-yard line. Here's a handoff to Jones again. He's going to be hit and dropped. A good job defensively for Southside, as they'll take him back maybe about a yard on the play. But you look at the Southside offensively, they made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, but they actually put 27 points on the board. It's been very disappointing what's going on with the defense tonight. But give credit to Greenwood. Peyton Holt, I don't know what they're saying about this young man, but when I heard he was going to be their quarterback, I thought that's a good choice, and he's definitely proven him right tonight.
Yeah, he has. I mean, Connor Nobles is a hard guy to replace, but Peyton Holt's doing an excellent job.
Holt wants to throw this time. He throws the ball, goes through the hands of the receiver. That was Wilkinson on the outside. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 12. And still, you've got a chance. 4:32 to go here. Down 38-27. If Southside can at least force a field goal attempt here, they've got a chance with a quick strike offense.
Yeah, anytime you got Tyrese Solomon, Jordan Jackson, you got a chance to score quickly. So hold them to a field goal, score quickly. You know you're counting on an onside kick, and see what happens.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for Greenwood at the Southside 13-yard line. Holt in the backfield. They go trip set wide side of the field, 2 receivers short side of the field, and Holt's going to keep it. He's going to get away and going to run in the end zone on 2 missed tackles again by Southside.
Wow, 2 Mavericks met him in the hole, had a chance. Looked like he was going to lose 5 yards on the play, and he just kind of split them. He kind of looked like a point guard splitting the defense from basketball right there, and ran straight up the middle.
Now, increase the Greenwood lead to 17 is 44-27 as Grant Enos checks in for the extra point attempt. Enos ought to be tired tonight. He's had a big night tonight. Waiting on the snap. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. We've got 4:27 to go here in the ball game. Greenwood now leads 44-27. We'll be back with the Greenwood kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
The action continues in a moment. This is Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Bo, it was pretty much what we've seen all night long as Holt breaks 2 or 3 tackles in the backfield, goes 12 yards on 3rd down, 3rd and 11 to get the touchdown, and Greenwood now leads 45-27.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all number 3 this second half. It's been the Peyton Holt show, and we've just not had an answer for him.
as Grant Enos will kick off for Greenwood. Here's a kick, and as usual, it goes in the end zone. Again, we talk about that, and that's the things you kind of look at and you don't really always appreciate, but the ability to kick the ball into the end zone is a big weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough sledding for the Mavs offense. We've not had good field position really at any point during this ball game, and that makes it tough when, you know, your defense is not playing well and Greenwood scores and then they put you back on your own 20. It's just a big hole to climb out of.
Again, 4:27 to go here. Southside trails 45-27 as Gatewood will check in at quarterback again for Southside. Zay Washington done a good job out there tonight, Bo, filling in for Ricardo Savoy.
Yeah, he really has. It makes you feel good about the future of this Mavs running game.
Here's a high snap, too. Gatewood throws the ball over the middle. Going to be incomplete. Ooh. Jordan Jackson can't hang on to the football, but that was a nice defensive play. That was Aaron O who knocks him down, and Jordan Jackson's slow getting up on the play.
That was a big hit, and Aaron O still celebrating out there.
And now Jackson not getting up on the play, and let's see how he is. And we'll go ahead and take a timeout here. That's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside Mavericks football continues in a moment on Spirit 106.3.
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
At Shelter Insurance, we know landlords have to keep up with their renters, even if they're related.
Mom, Dad, we just dropped by to pick up your
rent check.
I'm running a little short this month. Not everything works as smoothly as Shelter's renter's policy. It helps cover stuff in case of fire, theft, and more.
What if I just moved back into my old room?
Oh, you mean Dad's new man cave? Oh, man. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Southside again trails 45-27, 4:22 to go here. Jordan Jackson down after being hit by Aaron O on the field. It was a good, clean hit. And as you look at that, Phillip, that's kind of been the night for Southside, a lot of injuries.
Yeah, a lot of injuries, and I don't think this one is cramps. I think this one is going to be something more similar to maybe he's got his bell rung, where his head hit the ground pretty hard on the end of that play.
And he's up now, walking off, and yeah, he looks like he's
he's not with us. He's in another world.
Yeah, he looks like he's punch drunk right now. So works his way to the sideline. I think not good for Southside right there, losing him. Hopefully he'll be okay. Again, it'll be second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. As Gatewood takes a snap, wants to throw the football. It's going to be a screen pass outside to Washington, and it's read perfectly over there. Making the play is number 33 for Greenwood. That is Eli Martin. We'll get him back at about the 16-yard line. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 14 for the Mavs.
Well, again, you got to give credit to the Greenwood defense. I mean, the Mavs have just not had a lot of success. It seems like critical times, when we need to make big plays, we end up going backwards.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 14 for the Mavs, and obviously they're in a situation here, Bo. I don't know. I don't think it's 4-down territory now. Down 45-27, so Southside one back in the backfield. That's Washington. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood wants to throw the ball, throws the ball down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to get the ball down to Eric Schwartz at about the 45-yard line. Will bring up 4th down and 14 for Southside.
Schwartz really had no chance on that one. It was kind of, I don't know if Gateway just seemed to lead him a lot more. Maybe he thought he was a little faster than he was, but the ball was nowhere close to him.
And they'll go ahead and go for it here. And, boy, it's just a disappointing night all around for Southside as Greenwood is coming here and just really taking to the Southside. And we've really had not a lot of answers here in the second half. And like I said, I go back the last 5 possessions for Greenwood, 31 points. Here's a snap to Gatewood on 4th down. Throws the ball, swing pass out, complete to Washington. Boy, he's going to be hit at the 15-yard line and dropped at the 14-yard line. And Pretty much a ball game right there.
That's pretty much going to do it, Keith. And, you know, it's like you say, we just haven't had any answers. And, you know, we're up here with the genius AV guy from Southside, Mason Piper, and he said it just looked like this team didn't have any intensity. Same intensity that they had last week, and I think he's exactly right.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the Southside 15-yard line. Again, 3:31 to go here. Southside trails 45-27. And, you know, this was a game Southside was really looking to. We thought, you know, hey, maybe we'll beat these guys this year. But, you know, how they say it, new song, same story, or whatever it is.
Same song, different verse.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And so Greenwood will come in. Look like they've got a new quarterback in there. I believe that will be number 8. That's Jace Presley, a tall kid in there at quarterback. He'll hand the ball off. We'll get it inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. And, well, Bo, I guess if you want to look at anything, if there is such a thing as a bright side to this ball game, Southside was down 42-zip last year at halftime, so at least a little bit of improvement there.
True. We didn't get a mercy ruled. At no point did we go into continuous clock. And I think the coaching staff, they'll find some positives. They'll find some stuff to build on. I mean, obviously there's a lot to work on. You're coming off a big win against Bentonville. You're confident and just didn't expect this to happen, really. It's a game we thought we could win.
Yeah, but it's also, here's a snap and a handoff to the running back, gets inside the 10, will work his way down to the 5-yard line. Should be close to a Greenwood first down, but to me, it's kind of like last week you take one step forward, then the next week 2 steps back. You're seeing the same things that really plagued Southside last year, the missed tackles on defense, the cushions on offense, letting them catch the football, all comes back tonight. So, I mean, you got to scratch your head just a bit, you know, going into next week's game with Rogers Heritage.
Yeah, you do, and you hope next week against Rogers Heritage you can kind of get back on track. They've certainly been struggling, so hopefully you can work on some things and get some things ironed out in that game.
Presley takes a snap, will hand it off to the running back. I think that's Wilkinson, will be hit at the line of scrimmage, and they'll work him back a bit. A good game tackling by the Southside defense.
Yeah, I think if you're looking for positives, Keith, I mean, we've struggled on defense for sure, certainly on that side of the ball. But, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, you had your number 1 playmaker go out, you know, kid that accounted for 321 yards last week in Ricardo Savoy, pretty much a non-factor due to sickness. And, you know, Washington stepped up, your receiver stepped up, Tay Gatewood stepped up, so plenty of weapons over there. If you lose a guy like Savoy, you know, this offense can still go.
But that being said, too, your defense basically from the second quarter on hasn't got to stop yet. Here's a handoff to the running back. He gets inside the 5, will go in the end zone for a touchdown. I would give you a name. That's old number 38, and he doesn't have no name.
He's not on deep into the depth chart.
I think he's redshirted for the year. So another touchdown for Greenwood. And, Bo, it's just tough. Now it's going to 51-27, and the last 6 possessions for Greenwood, 38 points.
Yeah, that's you know, you're not going to win a lot of ball games like that. You know, you just it makes you, it's a head scratcher, like you say. It makes you wonder because there's things, you know, that they struggled with last year. I know they're a young team, but on the defensive side of the football, you're going to have to do a little bit better.
We got a new kicker. This is actually the holder kicking this time, and the field goal attempt, extra point, is good by Jackson Stewart. Greenwood now leads by 52-27. Be back with the Bulldog kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3. I think.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in September, not only are we having free sales tax, it's free delivery as well. Don't go to a chain store and pay $100 for delivery when it's free at Frank Rowe Furniture. Also, any purchases in September, you will be eligible to win a 100% made in the USA Speed Queen washer to be given away September the 29th. We offer in-store no credit check financing or 12-month zero down, zero interest WAC. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house. Your made in the USA headquarters.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 4-play, 15-yard drive, touchdown scoring, 5-yard run by old number 38 for Greenwood. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be fumbled at the goal line, picked up now. And that's Jalen Coleman. He's back inside his 5-yard line. Will be hit and dropped at the 4-yard line.
Keith, you're going to have to explain that one to me, because that looked like your center fielder coming up to call off the shortstop. I'm trying to get the number there. One of our back man was going to let it go into the end zone, and Jalen Coleman ran over there and got in front of him and caught the ball.
Yeah, Jalen Coleman caught the ball, but then I guess he thought he was in the end zone because he didn't take off running either once he caught the football, and he set back at the 4-yard line, which really kind of culminates the night for Southside,
Yeah, that's about,
more or less.
That typifies basically how the game has gone for the Mavs. And that was Washington. I finally got the number they had back to receive.
Gatewood takes a snap. Here's a handoff to his running back. We'll try to get the number of the running back. I don't think that's Washington in the ball game now. Gets up to about the 5-yard line, and that's number 26 for Southside. That's going to be Drew Cannon on the carry. He's a junior running back for the Mavericks. Southside looks like just content to run the clock out and hopefully regroup next week. And I guess maybe some good medicine is we go up to Rogers next week to take on Rogers Heritage. So one step forward, 2 steps back.
Well, Keith, I mean, I hope it's just 2 steps forward, maybe just 1 step back, but we'll see as the season wears on.
Here's a snap to Gatewood, throws the ball. It's going to be almost intercepted, and that would have been a touchdown right there. That was number 48 for Greenwood. Bryson Pettigrew, who played the passing lane perfectly, had the ball in hand, dropped it. It'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for Southside.
You know, Keith, the thing that makes you nervous about this defense, last year, so many games we lost close that we were just trying to outscore people, and this 7A Central Conference is so tough this year.
Here's a handoff up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 6-yard line, and we're down to 17 seconds on the clock, and I think Southside will probably not run another play here, and Greenwood's going to get away here with a very convincing 52-27 victory. And we're going to go ahead and keep it here for a bit. We'll try to get Philip Peavyhouse will try to get a hold of Coach Williams after the customary handshakes. And just not a good night for Southside all around. Offensively, they struggled at times. Didn't look as in sync as they were last week. Defensively, it was just not much going on there, especially when Greenwood got on a roll.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they started, you know, we held them a couple times throughout the game, mostly in the first half, but it just seemed like when they got on rhythm, there was nothing we could do. And they had their little short passing game going, and it seemed like every time they would throw a 5-yard pass, they would end up turning it into a 15-yard gain because we couldn't make the tackle.
Phillip, looks like a pretty somber group down there for the Mavericks.
Yeah, it's a lot of sad faces on this side of the field, and just not any intensity, especially in the last couple of series. It was like they were suffering from defeat before we were even there.
Let's go ahead and take a break. Looks like Coach Williams is going to talk to his team outside there. We'll try to catch him when we come back from the break. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.